So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Executioner Part 2. There was no Part 1. Directed by the great James Bryan, who also did Don't Go in the Woods. It's got a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. It reminded me a lot of Combat Shock. This would be a good double bill with Combat Shock, the director's cut. It's a ripoff of The Exterminator, and so they deliberately used this movie title, number one, to make you think that it was a sequel. Well, really, to make you think that it was a sequel of The Exterminator, but really it was a ripoff of The Exterminator. So this one's called The Executioner Part 2. To confuse it with The Exterminator 2. Sorry, not to confuse it with the original. My mistake. It's got Christopher Mitchum, Robert Mitchum's son, playing the police detective. The ending makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And which is a good thing. This whole movie is a mess. It's about a Vietnam War dude who keeps having flashbacks of his traumatic Vietnam War experience, and so he thinks much like the Combat Shock dude, he thinks the streets of the Ronald Reagan era is even worse war zone than the Vietnam of the 1970s. So he's out to get all the rapists, killers, and muggers. He's back to get you. Let's bring the carnage. So anyways, it begins with chaotic action in the Vietnamese jungle. The cop dude, Chris Mitchum, and his buddy Mike are under enemy fire, but they are rescued by helicopter. And we fast forward to present-day Los Angeles, where, of course, crime is high and drugs are plentiful. So the main crime boss in LA is this little 2-bit pimp drug dealer, and he likes to burn his women with cigarettes as some kind of kinky torture S&M fetish or something. He drops a live. So Mike catches these men who are trying to throw a woman off the edge of the building. And at one point, he even drops a live grenade in one dude's pants. That's his trademark move.
That guy must be dancing around like he has ants in his pants.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a live grenade in my pants. Then he declares, "I'm your judge, I'm your jury, I'm your executioner." This Mike dude's nuts. The best part is when he starts having the flashbacks, the Combat Shock moments, where you see these grainy stock footage videos of Vietnam War, where he was traumatized. And at one point, they towards the end, they start playing this weird noise music when he's going crazy. He even puts a loaded gun in his mouth. He's got this crazy look on his face. He's running some kind of auto maintenance or auto repair garage. I think it's auto maintenance garage in Los Angeles. And now crime is down thanks to the executioner vigilante Mike. And of course the residents are okay with that, but the police are not, because they don't want anybody killing, even if it's the aforementioned victims are rapists, killers, and muggers. So Mike keeps doing his thing, and there's a reporter, and Chris Mitchum's daughter gets kidnapped along with the reporter. So Mike somehow knows where this small-time pimp drug dealer is hiding and burning Chris Mitchum's daughter with cigarettes. So he shows up there with his dynamite sticks. Unintentional hilarity ensues, which is really throughout this movie. It's a lot like Don't Go Out in the Woods, but it's kind of a combat shock version of that. And cool flick. I love this flick. Great. It's got shoddy camera work, overdubbed sound, out of sync. It's like watching a bad kung fu movie, except everyone is speaking English. I'm reading the blog here. Talk Film Society columns, shock value, The Executioner Part 2, 1984. I'll post the link in the description box later to this review, but lots of good little tidbits in here. They're right when they say it's hard to follow this movie, but why bother? It's just mindless entertainment anyway. Cool stuff. Highly recommend it. Check it out. I posted the link to the movie in the description box. I'll look for the trailer, if it even has a trailer, and I'll post the link to the other review that I was reading extensively from. The shock value, Talk Film Society. Yeah, cool. He even has a photo of him pointing a loaded gun in his mouth. Mike, the crazy vigilante called the Executioner. Oh, and the pimp drug dealer dude is called Tattoo Man. He's simultaneously running the drugs and prostitution in LA. And he's got some crooked deal with the police commissioner. So both the Tattoo Man and the police want to kill the Executioner. Get him off the streets so crime can be rampant again. And both the police department and the criminals can start making more money. Anyway. You've got some slow motion fight scenes in this one. Cool stuff. Good one, Adrian. Laters.